Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, NIW Approved, where we help to provide information for your immigration transformation. Today, I am so excited, super excited, because I have a very special person right here in front of us. And listen, talk is cheap. It's always best when we hear from the experts. So today I have a wonderful client of mine whose EB-1 case has been approved today. He is a permanent resident of the United States. And I'm so thankful to God for him. I'm also thankful to God for his intelligence, his expertise, and how he has really developed himself and positioned himself to the point where he is now very useful to this wonderful country. Without further ado, guys, I am going to welcome a wonderful client of mine, Mr. Francis. Mr. Francis, you're welcome in Jesus' name.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm happy.
Amen. So,
Yeah.
without further ado, just tell us a little bit about your background, who you are.
Yeah. I am uh, I'm engineer Francis Edozuno, a materials and metallurgical engineer
Mhm.
and researcher. Uh, I do research in material processing and development like alloys and composites. I
Wow.
also do research in the optimization of their properties and optimization of process parameters of materials so that their properties will be improved. Most of the materials I researched and developed working are applied in the automotive,
Mhm.
aerospace, marine, and construction industries. And that's what I do. I can actually say that I'm a research enthusiast. Thank you.
Wow. So, thank you very much. So today we're focusing on how you were able to, get your EB-1 case approved. Now, for our audience, the EB-1 green card pathway, NIW green card pathway, is a pathway for top-notch experts who have been able to really get to the top of their field, the cream de la cream of their field, the 1% in that field. And you contacted my law firm to help you put together this case, and I'm very happy to say that by the grace of God, that case has been approved. And today, Mr. Francis is a permanent resident of the United States. Congratulations for this wonderful achievement. Now,
Thank you. Thank you.
tell us about what motivated you to go this pathway, like the EB-1. Why not the EB-2?
Yeah, they say the knowledge is power, and people put it this way that applied knowledge is power. Uh, well, when coming to United States, I think I don't have any information about the NIW, EB-1, EB-2 pathway. But we happen to have think you had a conference December 2023. That's towards the end of the year. And they shared the link on one of the WhatsApp group that I belong. So we said, okay, let's join the conference and see the information section and have some info. So through the information, I think we got to know that there is an avenue to get your green card through the NIW without having to ask the industry, because the one I know is that you can apply for a job and the industry will we file for you, which many of them will say in their job advert that we don't file for this, we don't file for that.
Wow.
So that was how the information came. And then we decided to work with the information, consulted the attorney. He told us about the EB-1 and the EB-2, not the green card not being current as at that time. And that from the way things looks, it's as if from my skills and experience, I qualify for the EB-1. And me going through the EB-1 requirement, the criteria, I look at it as a very high criteria. But when an expert has said so that you qualify, that we can give it a try. So I said, okay, there is no harm, like people say, there's no harm in trial. It's when you try, if you did not succeed, you will now look at what make you not to succeed. And we give it
Mm.
a try, though it took some time to be able to make sure I have all the requirements, all the evidence gathered together finally till the time that the EB-1 was filed towards the middle of last year. And that is it. So it was informal.
About information. So I think I was hosting one of my sessions. He showed up. He took action. Listen, if you take information and you pocket it, you don't take action, then nothing is going to happen. I think the first thing he did was to contact my law firm, and then we did a consultation. Guys, there is no way anybody's going to take any EB-1 case without consultation because the bar is very high, the standard is high. So we were able to, talk with him, and we kind of just want to like go over some of his stats. His stats were phenomenal. It was fantastic. It was really wonderful. I think you have over 40 research papers. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have over 40. Without being ostentatious, I have over 50 publications, research publications, and
So,
about 10 book chapters.
yes. What about your Google citations?
My Google citations is currently over 600 with
Amazing.
a H index of 13 and I-10 index of 22.
Wow. Can you
Mm.
explain to our audience what this index means?
The H index of 13 means that every of your paper is cited at least 13 times within the last 5 years. That is the
Wow.
H. So it means that any paper you publish, if you have 50 papers, it means that each of that 50 papers are cited at least 13 times in the last 5 years. Then for
Wow.
I, I-10 index, it means that at least 10 of your paper, if you have I-10 index of 22, it means at least 10 of your papers are cited at least 22 times. So
Mm.
that's one of the things they use to rank professors, rank researchers. So if you have this, they say that at least if you are a professor, if you are an associate professor or assistant professor, you should be able to have H index or I-10 index.
Awesome. Awesome. What about your review of other people's work? Like published work, people's work. Tell us about that because you had so
Yeah,
many invitations,
as an
so
as
many
an
thank you
academic,
letters.
you cannot do without helping to review other people's publications. The
Mm.
way you submit your manuscript, other people are invited to review it, make comments on the suitability for publications or any corrections you need to make. Just like this year, I have my two of my papers published in this January, and
Mm.
some of them you may submit and wait for 6 months, 3 months, 2 months. It will be going through review. And when the reviewers make comments, you respond, you make corrections, they go through it, and there's to make sure that what you publish is quality. So
Mm.
I have the privilege of being invited by many various editors and publishers, like journals that are hosted in Elsevier, those hosted in Springer, those hosted in Taylor and Francis. I have several of them. I do reject a lot because it's quite a lot. Like today, I completed a review today for MDPI. MDPI is based in Switzerland. They are one of their journal processes. I submitted it today. So as a researcher, you should be able, that's one of the way it helps to build your knowledge of research, your understanding of what we have now or the present context in research. If you don't review what other people are doing, you will not be able to also know what stage we are now in the research in that particular field. And it also positions you as an expert in that field because the
Exactly.
editors are reaching out to you because they know you are an expert and you can give an opinion to whether this material is worthy of acceptance and publishing in that field, and
Right.
you do it in the field of your expertise, so
Mm.
that what you give will be an expert opinion, not just the stand, because you have to criticize the work, you have to make comments, constructive comments on whether the work, what are the things that should be corrected and the things that should not be corrected. So that is
Mm.
why. So I've been able to
Excellent.
review for many top journals, over 15 of them, and some of them too. I do receive every week. I receive tons of review invitation, and you cannot. One of the things we do is that don't accept what you cannot do. So I do
Wonderful.
receive, and I do reject too, and give reasons to for rejecting. So that
Yeah.
is it.
So the thing is this, the you had so many review invitations, not just the invitations, because having the invitation is one thing. USIS wants to see that you actually reviewed. And then we were able to produce evidence of maybe certificates or thank you emails, right? You had so many. And that just goes to show that indeed you are at the top of your field, because I don't see how you're going to have somebody getting over like 100 invitations, asking them to review very significant, materials if they are not top notch in their field. So definitely, this was one of your strong piece of evidence showing that not only that you got the invitation, you actually did the work and you were acknowledged. That was amazing. Now let's talk about leading roles, or even critical roles, that leadership roles or even critical roles you held. I do remember, because I know you're a professor in your country back home. One of the roles that was really outstanding to me was when they sent a letter to you saying that they were appointing you as chairman of a committee in your
Curriculum,
department
yeah,
to work on the curriculum for
yeah,
experts in your field. And we really use the word chairman because the word, the literal meaning of somebody who's a chairperson is a leadership role on
yeah.
the face of it. So on the face of it, the word chairman showed that you were holding a leadership role. But beyond the title on that letter, tell us some of the things you did as a leader.
Yeah, yes, during my time with my university in Nigeria, I was appointed in the department to as the chairman curriculum review committee. One of the terms of reference is to look at all the programs and all the courses that is being offered in the school, and
Mm,
to look at it, review the contents, and make sure that it is up to date based on the industry quality standards, so that the graduate will be highly suited and fitted to the industry when they leave schools, and then
exactly.
recommend areas, changes that need to make after your review, and if there are courses or programs that we need to introduce and other things. So I think that's what we did, I and my
Wonderful.
committee, and we were able to review all the programs, all the courses, and then make recommendations. Then we also introduced about two courses
Wow.
that like
Wow.
we'll talk about. One of them is the engineering students. The most of the times they can design things, do things with their hands, make products, but the technical aspect of writing technical report and technical presentation is lacking. So
Mm.
we introduce a course that
Incorporated
is
that into the
that will
program.
look at building engineering student skill in technical writing and technical
Writing.
presentation. So that's
Awesome,
one of the
awesome, awesome.
things we
And
did.
that
So
was a very critical role, in the very critical, because one of the ways we explained it, because as attorneys, our job is to take hold of that piece of evidence and craft it in a way that will really meet the legal requirements in accordance with the regulations. And we're able to show that, you know, like it's not just something affecting like two or three people, right? We're talking of a whole department. You understand? So the role was very critical, in that the reference, what you were asked to do, was going to impact lots and lots of students, not just for that time, but even incoming students. And then you are even affecting the workforce, because now we're sending out engineers who are really competent and able to do engineering writing, not just the technical aspect. So, indeed, that was a very critical role. You did have some wonderful awards that we talked about, and just tell us one or two things about the awards.
Yeah. One thing in research is that there are frivolous awards and there are recognized awards. Uh,
Awesome.
some people, I do receive mail every day. Like as soon as you publish a new paper, you receive mail from some predatory award givers. They say, "Come, we are going to give you award. We are research science this, research further this." But we will be careful to make sure that the awards are recognized. There are criteria and the reasons for giving the awards, and it's not that you
Exactly.
paid to get an award. So I was one of the award I got was a best research paper under Cogent Engineering. Cogent Engineering is a Taylor and Francis journal that publish sterling works in engineering, and
Wow.
it's an open access journals published by hosted by Taylor and Francis. It's one of the Q1 and Q2. Q2 is a ranking of journal, one of the Q1 and Q2 journals in engineering and general engineering. So the editors, they normally assess papers published within particular year and period, especially 1 year period. And then at the end of the year, they will be able to determine which of the paper have the most impact cited, which of the paper were downloaded much, which of the paper that a lot of people have consulted, have viewed severally. So based on that, they will be able to give award that this is the best paper in this field. And one of my paper was given awarded the best paper in materials engineering because of the
Awesome.
impact
Awesome.
in
Awesome.
engineering. And
Yeah.
aside from that, we also attend conferences, and during
Yeah.
you make your presentations, industry experts are there, research experts are there. So they will look at and assess your presentation, your
Hmm.
research work, what you have done. Is it worthy of getting an award? And at least in two of conferences that I attended in South Africa, in the University of uh, Cape Peninsula University of Science and Technology in Cape Town, South Africa, I
Mm.
was given an award as the best research paper award, at least two of my
Wonderful.
researches, one from my
Wonderful.
PhD work and one from my work on polymer composite materials that I
Awesome.
developed. So
Awesome.
we're
You
given
see,
best research.
yeah, in fact, the awards and recognition in a conference, because guess who are those who attend conferences? They're the best in the field. The mediocres don't really attend as much. These
Yeah.
are the creme de la creme of the field, the industry. Now, for your presentation, you got an award, and that was amazing. And I know you worked with a team. And the good thing about this is that even if you are in a team, you still get credit for that award. So we were able to like put together this award. It's not just enough to show an award, right? You want to show
Yeah.
how did this person get the award? What was the criteria? Right? So this was
Yeah.
a competition and everything. And at the end of the day, hey, you were rocking it in that area. So we put together the award. And then there was this authorship requirement as well. So you said you had books, you had authored. We talked about the books and of course your research. Tell us a little bit about these books.
Yeah, we the authorship criteria, you have to show that you have authored technical work, research works in journals
Original to you.
original to you. Yeah, you show it by way of I am part of the author, either the first author or the corresponding author. So in my research, one of the my rules during my time in university, my lecturing time in Nigeria is that I will always make a case in the department during meetings when we assign projects, research. I'll say that any research that is not publishable count me out. So when I was doing this
Mm,
thing, I didn't know that I was building for the future. But then any research that it cannot be published, there is no outcome. The only way I can show that I have done a work is to publish it, and other people
mm,
all over the world to be able to read and reference it and make use of the output of the research or outcome of the research. So
mm.
I was able to engage in researches that are publishable, that are acceptable internationally, and most of the research, I think over 67 or 70% of my publications, I am the first author, a corresponding author. To
Wow.
show I spearheaded, I led. So most of the research I conceive, there is what we call credit authorship. I normally conceive the research,
Yes.
the proposal, and then the methodology, everything. And then you can now have members of the team who carry out experiments, who join in analysis, who join in writing and reviewing the writing, and then who join in other software aspect of the research. And that's why you have a team.
Awesome.
And
Wow.
my ability to manage or lead a cross-functional team is
Mm.
also one of the things that helped me, because in research you collaborate. You don't
Right.
do research alone. There are some parts, like
Absolutely.
some softwares that I don't know how to use. I can consult other people that know how to use it. Then we implement it in the research that I have done, and we become part of the team. So that's one of the things that I've
Awesome.
done.
Awesome.
Then in the
Awesome.
area of writing of book chapters are normally experts in in fields, or editors, book editors. They send out topics of books they want to write, proposal, and invite authors that can write different chapters who are experts in the field.
Right.
So most of the books that I've contributed chapters to, I was invited to contribute chapter to it, and then I did. And when you did it, also go through review. It goes through review. They don't just publish. Like, there's one of our book chapter now that since last year, I think for over 6 months, it has been under review, and early this year they say it has been accepted for publication. And
Wow. 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 I'm so proud of you, honestly. You really, I mean, who would not say you are at the top of your field? Now, there's something that's very interesting with regards to um your contribution, right? They want to see original contributions. They want to see significant contributions. So you are a material science expert. You deal with lightweight materials that could be used in aerospace, automobile, marine industry. So, what was the significant contribution that you were bringing to the table that we had to show USCIS? Can you
yeah.
just very briefly? I know this is your field. Don't go too deep.
Okay, yeah, briefly, let me just pinpoint just one particular aspect. We'll talk about processing of composite materials. Composites is like you bring a material, a base material that you already know. Maybe you bring an aluminum alloy that is used for aeroplane and vehicle frames. Let me bring it up. Then you said this has made the vehicle or the airplane to be heavy. What can we do to reduce the weight?
Wait.
Reducing the weight of the vehicle or the airplane will make it to consume less fuel. The braking
Awesome.
application of brake will be easier for a
Mm,
vehicle that unlike one that is heavier. So, and it will consume less energy or less fuel, and then it will also generate less waste. So one of the things we do is to add reinforcement, add other materials to the alloy, make it lighter, and then still retain the strength. So that's one of the things you do. And one aspect I surveyed was use of agro waste materials, whether it is marine waste, whether it is agricultural waste, crop waste, use of this waste, processing them into useful value, and then applying them or joining them with the base materials like metals, alloys, and then like composite polymer matrix, joining them together to produce another material that is lightweight but strong, which
yeah.
can also be used or integrated or replace that particular part in an aircraft or in an automobile. And in that case, you have solved two problems. You have
Mm,
reduced the problem of the waste, the agricultural waste residue being a problem.
exactly.
And then you have also reduced the problem, solved the problem of making vehicles,
More
automobile,
efficient.
to be more efficient, lightweight, and strong. And in that case,
Excellent
you have solved two sponge problems. That's
problems.
what
Wow.
that was what my endeavor that I put. forward that this is what I've been doing and that's what I intend to continue
To
doing in the
do.
United States. Yeah.
Excellent. And guess what? By solving the problem of waste, look at the issue of even climate change, right? Rather than leaving all these materials dumped there, now you're solving the problem of climate change. The pollution is reduced. You're making transportation more efficient because that's the impact of your work, right?
Yeah.
If we
Yeah.
can get these planes to fly faster, not being heavy, then of course you are enabling transportation here in the United States.
Yeah.
And of course, look at the issue of climate change, trying to reduce the green gas and all that.
Yeah.
That's significant and substantial benefit that you're bringing to the table. And these were some of the arguments that we actually used for the case. And it was just a very interesting case. And then, of course, we needed to also to show that you had the intention to really
Yeah.
continue with that work. Guess what? If there's anybody who I know is so passionate about your field, wanting to make a difference in aerospace, you are the number one person. So
Yeah.
that was not even like a difficult thing, just trying to show your intention. Because sometimes the government wants to know that, okay, if you get this green card, what are you going to be doing with the green card here in the United States? Because
Yeah.
we don't want people just saying, I'm going to do this and do that, and then they never, do that. But again, what do you say about your future plan and all that?
Yeah, I'm already working towards that. The future is
Wonderful.
is to get into the R&D, either R&D in the industry or R&D in the academia, and they make to keep on developing and improving materials that are smart, materials that are efficient and effective, materials that will reduce the carbon footprint in the society. And that's
Mm,
what I'm doing. I've already started reaching out to the industries that have, and especially in the aerospace, at least where am I in where I am now in the United States, we have a couple of aerospace industries. Like it is one of the things that happens is that you must have green card or you're a citizen for you to work in those places based on
wow.
DOD requirements, because there are
Mm,
certain security clearances that they
right,
require for those
right.
technologies. And
Oh,
I think I've been I did an interview today too. I had an interview with R&D in the industry. They do manufacture
oh my goodness.
parts for aerospace, parts for semiconductor industry, lightweight,
Wow.
trail,
I am so excited. I am
and
so
I
excited.
like the opportunity because it was a research materials engineer in an industry. And
Wow.
I just hoping that at the end of the process, they will be able to call me back. And then I've also started applying to other places that is geared towards my area of interest and endeavor.
Wow.
Hoping that this year is going to be a great
It's
year.
been a beautiful year, Mr. Francis.
Yeah.
I mean, just walking through the entire process, we put in this application, and guys, to be honest, just gathering the paperwork is a lot. Let's not just kid ourselves. I mean, this is like your entire career, right? This
Yeah.
is your entire education. And for some persons, they come into the United States, they don't even have all these things in mind. They don't know about it, right? Now they know about it. They now have to contact their country, contact past employees, get letters of recommendation, the whole process of just like gathering the documents. I mean, in a very short sentence, what was that process like for you, just gathering the paperwork?
Yeah, that
How how
process
how
require
beautiful was it?
patience. That process require patience because along the line, if you are not patient, if you are not persevering, if you are not diligent, you will give up.
Right,
I know I could also remember the process of pursuing recommenders and experts for their opinion.
right,
I know some of them that you never get response from them, and then some of them that you get response that are not encouraging, and some of them that
right.
your response will take time, months to come, and you keep writing reminders, and then this is unlike I am not in Nigeria now. Some of the past evidence I have to gather them using people that are in Nigeria, asking them to go check this
Wow,
place, and they
it's a
get me
lot.
this.
The
Yeah, so
Lord,
some
the
of
Lord.
them that they tried, they couldn't get. I would say, okay, just why can't we leave this? Is there any other way that we can do this? So it really took time to gather this. Now, like I said, it required diligence,
I'm
and
patient.
at least
But
whatever anybody is doing now, keep evidence. You did this. There is right documentary. Put it. You don't know where it will matter tomorrow. That's one of the things.
wonderful, wonderful. So the truth of the matter is that let's not pretend here. This is a very documentary process, but again, it's well worth it because guess what? You did not even attend an interview, and this is your green card. I'm going to be mailing it very soon, and
For you to mail
this
this to
green
you,
card
are
was
you still holding it? Mail it to me.
I will. I will. This green card is, but well, you know what? Again, it's a little bit painful getting this process through, but at the end of the day, very worthwhile because one, you did not even have to attend an interview. Like that process of not
Yes.
even going through an interview, it cuts off a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, knowing that right now the sky is your limit, that transformation, listen, you are a PhD holder. If you get any job right now with any of these corporate institutions, I'm sure you're going to be getting a very good package. So that is transformation right there for you and your family. And then even that career satisfaction that I'm in the United States, I can now contribute to
Yeah.
aerospace, I can
Mm.
contribute to the marine industry, I can contribute to transportation, or even just improve materials as a scientist, or
Yeah.
even go to the academia, right? And
Yes.
really give out that information to the next generation. So it's well worth it, very well worth it. And it was just such a pleasure working on the case, because you know that when we did this consultation, I was really, again, I'm not going to say 100%, I'm not the one that approved this case, but looking at the credentials, you knew that this guy was, knocking out everything. He had the scientific contributions, leadership position, and you were just doing this thing as a professional, right? You didn't even know about
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
NIW.
It's not that I'm preparing
It's
for
not like you were
NIW.
doing it, you did it because you were climbing that career ladder in
Yeah.
your field. And here you are today in the United States. You are now a permanent resident.
That's awesome.
Wow. How do you feel like when you woke up in the morning and you were told that your case has been approved? How did you, did you feel some kind of lightness? You are a lightweight material. Yeah.
I think I feel lighter.
Like, I
I
understand.
feel lighter because
Wonderful.
why do I say I feel lighter? Like when I share the testimony with some of the leaders in the church, when I would say, you just came into this country not quite long. This is what people have taken time.
Yeah.
And then it's not that you got it, it also just with in splits, just few months, within split of time, you were able to get it. That
Um,
this is actually very awesome. So it's something
when
that
did we submit the case? I think it was in
that
June or
yeah,
July
in June, around
of
middle of June. Yeah,
2024, right?
yeah,
2024.
middle of June
And here
2024.
we are.
Mhm.
Just February, less than a year. Oh
Yeah,
my God. Father, we say thank you. This is
thank you, Lord.
beautiful.
Thank you, Lord.
I'm just so grateful to God because believe you me, this is the doing of God. We give him all the glory. I'm
Yes.
very, very happy for you. I'm happy for your family. Your original status was F2. Now you've moved, transformed from F2 to a permanent resident
Yes.
of the United States. Amen. We thank God.
Thank you, Lord. Thank
Now,
God. Thank God. Thank God.
what advice do you have before I let you go? What advice do you have for anybody out there who is really thinking? Some people overthink this process, right?
Yeah.
You saw me doing a consultation. You did not know me. I mean, sorry, you saw me doing a presentation on green card. You did not know me. You just took that risk that, you know what, why don't I do a consultation? You paid for the consultation.
Yeah.
You hired me to do the service, and here you are, you have your green card. Now, what advice do you have for those who are thinking and overthinking? You know, some people overthink, right? Should I
Yeah.
do this? Should I not do this? What advice do you have for them?
And I said at the beginning, applied knowledge is power. Seek for information, something that is not clear. You are thinking and thinking, maybe because of the level of information you have about it, you may have to consult somebody who is vast in that aspect. The person may be able to clear what is making you have fears and doubts. So
Mm,
take a step. Don't cringe on your fear, your doubt. Do I have this? Do I have that? I don't know much about this. This is the only one I know. The more you seek for information this year and then take step, act on the information, you will see things will work out like magic. There must be other options. Me, I don't know every options. The experts in
mm,
the field, like the experts in immigration, will be able to tell you this option is suitable for you. This option is suitable for you. So, uh, take steps. This is New Year. Let it be part of your New Year resolution or New Year action plan. Thank you.
right. Okay, we have come to the end of this series. Once again, Mr. Francis, God bless you. God bless your wife. God bless your kids. God bless
Amen. Thank
America.
you.
You will
Amen.
get to
God
the
bless
top of your
America.
field. God will prosper you in this land. You will be rocking it. You will be blessed, and you will fulfill
Amen.
the. And you know what? In another about 5 years' time, you are coming back again for your citizenship, because now you're on your pathway to citizenship. We didn't even talk about that. Do you know you are on your pathway? Because after about 5 years in green card status, then you start the citizenship process, and voila, you become a citizen of this
Yeah.
great country. God bless you, Mr. Francis. Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
in.
Thank you.
And guys, you heard it from the horse's mouth. This is real, this is genuine. And my prayer is that if this is something that you're interested in, go to our website, make the schedule the consultation. If this is right for you, we'll be able to tell you. On that note, God bless everyone. God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.